And so you start to reflect on those strengths and really find those celebrations because everybody has them within their buildings, within their classrooms. And we really need to look for those positives and acknowledge them because teaching is such a hard job, and education in general is a field. We don't do enough of the celebrations. Media, ourselves, we always are drawn to the negatives, but we don't spend enough time with the positives. And so, really take some time reflecting on those things is going to be important. And we've developed some guiding questions that help people get to those key strengths, and then also what we're doing to make those things happen.
And I think with the celebrations, it's really important to do it also on an individual level. So many times at the beginning of the school year, we set all of these goals for ourselves, all these things we want to change, try, do, and then by the end of the year, we're just exhausted and we're done with it. But for you personally to look back, maybe at the beginning of the year, maybe you have a journal or you have some notes, and I do this with all of the people that I coach. At the end of the year, we take time and look back at what were some of our like worst points, like something that we thought was such an important conflict that was going on, and it means nothing now. I think that's the thing that time does for you. You think in the moment something is such an emergency, and then you look back and you see, wow, I handled that well. It worked out. I spent 4 sleepless nights worrying about it, and in the end it was fine. So going back almost through the whole year and all the notes, starting with the goals you set and thinking about what are the celebrations, what are the things that went well, and what did I learn? Because that's really what matters, learning and improving moving forward.
When I think about celebrations, it actually brings another thing in mind too, is that the reflecting, and as a building leader, you really need to reflect on what has happened across your building for all your teachers to help them find those bright spots. Because some folks were just not good at that. And if we don't ever think about the positives, it can just wear on you. And I think about, even if, I think back to sort of some of Dr. Reeves' work, and he talks about reflection. Like there's two kind of educators we want to be. The first one's leading, and that's where things are really working well. We know why they're working well, so those are great. But also acknowledging it's okay if you're in the learning box. So I'm not getting the results I want, but I know why, and so I'm making some adjustments so that in short amount of time I'm going to move from learning to leading. And those folks, they really need to be acknowledged for that work and encouraged, because that can be hard. I mean, that's the hard thing is doing the work. And so having someone else recognize those efforts can be just what you need to keep pushing forward.